What up, friends? How are you doing? Hang on, I'm gonna move you a few inches over. Okay, hang on. Okay, so look who's back in the morning. Okay, so I'm always talking about a journey, this journey, my journey, whatever. Okay, I haven't really fully gotten into detail on what my journey is, and that's for a good reason. um, but there's levels to this, okay? And unless you're on a journey, you don't really know. This just sounds like if I say I'm on a journey, somebody else says they're on a journey, you're gonna assume they're the same journey. They're not. They're different. Everybody has their own spiritual path that they take, steps that they take. Um, it's different between one person and the next person. And I will tell you, okay, this is something I've actually stuck to. I'm pretty much like in like my spiritual part of this journey has been a year, okay? When I acknowledged that changes needed to be made, it's been maybe 3 years of little by little, so it's a process, okay? Number one, acknowledging the changes need to be made. Maybe you feel unfulfilled in life. Maybe you don't feel complete. Maybe you don't feel adequate as a person, XYZ, mother, friend, wife, whatever. Maybe you don't feel adequate as, maybe you feel like, and like I said, I was just minding my business one day, okay? I wasn't, I never knew anything about spirituality. I didn't know anything about the dark side. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything. This is all new to me, okay? I didn't know anything at all, okay? Um, it just, sometimes in life we go through things or we meet somebody that will change your life forever. And I can't even put it into words unless you're going through a spiritual journey as well. There's something that usually triggers it or jumpstarts it, I can't really explain it, to be honest with you, because I was literally minding my own business, and all of a sudden I had this urge to just change and to do better and to do things, and I knew the way I was living wasn't the right way. And I made that decision to make changes, and I made them started pretty quickly and drastically, and have kind of balanced my way out through the whole thing. Now, sometimes people can't take drastic measures the way I did. But you can gradually make these changes too. You don't have to just fly off the handle like I did, and just start going off on everybody. Like I guess that was my journey. That's the way it was supposed to play out for a specific reason. I don't know why. Okay. And for me to teach you the wrong, not to do it the way I did it. There are other calmer ways of doing things. And like you can like say you're in a situation, or living somewhere, or surrounded by people that are not, in your best interests or have your best interests, you know. And sometimes we don't notice it right away because we're around these people all the time. And so we don't know that they aren't for us until we start making changes, right? Or we start telling them like, "Oh, I want to start doing this and whatever. I'm going to stop drinking, I'm going to stop partying, whatever." And then they're like, "What? Like why?" Cuz it is surprisingly, I mean, trust me. Trust me. People will think you're trying to be better than them. People, I don't know why. Like you're trying to make changes for yourself in your life, and people take offense to it. Like they feel like personally attacked that because they're still partying and doing. They take it like you're cutting them down, and you're not. You're just telling them what you're gonna do. But people feel like you're personally attacking them, and you're not. But just be prepared for that. Okay, there's certain people you can tell. Some people are cool. Cool. I'm still gonna do it. But some people don't. So sometimes it is necessary to kind of fake it to make it, just to get to your next step. Because, there's steps and levels to this. Number one is acknowledging that you need to make changes and then making the changes. And then if you mess up, let's say you're not going to drink alcohol anymore. I'm just throwing an example out. Okay, let's say I'm not going to drink alcohol anymore. I'm not going to go out anymore. I'm going to stop going out because I go out too much. Or I'm going to stop smoking. Some people like the marijuana. I've never been one for the marijuana. I'm already naturally a tired person. Okay. So I don't like the marijuana. No offense to any of my pot smoker friends because I don't know. I just get along with people who smoke pot. Okay. We just get along very well. Those are the most loyal people I know, okay? Are the people that smoke weed. I don't know why I can't explain it, but people that smoke weed are the most loyal friends you will ever have. I mean, the ones I've met. Anyways, so and let's say you're on this wagon, right? Of sobriety, like you're cleaning yourself up, you fall off the wagon, maybe you have a rough day, um, and you decide to smoke. Okay, that doesn't mean your journey is over. Okay, that's not what that means. Now, as long as you don't go on a bender, like a binge or whatever. I don't know how people smoke. I don't know because I've never been one to have to smoke all the time because I've literally have never picked up that habit. So I know people who smoke weed have to smoke weed all the time, and when you stop, it's kind of like withdrawals and stuff like that. So I don't know what that is like, but let's say say you're going to stop smoking and you stop smoking and then you have a bad day and you smoke. Okay, this is where people usually get confused. Okay, just because you accidentally smoked, and just as long as you just say, okay, shit, I shouldn't have smoked, maybe you smoked half a blunt. I don't know how people smoke. I don't know if people smoke whole blunts, joints. I don't know. I don't know how it works, okay? So I'm kind of shooting in the dark here. Okay, so that doesn't mean your journey is over, okay? That's what a lot of people think, right? Like when you're on a diet and you're like, "Oh, I'm not going to eat whatever anymore," or "I'm going to do intermittent fasting," and you accidentally fuck up and you eat all day. And you're like, "Shit, I ate outside my window and instead of eating when I'm supposed to eat." That doesn't You don't have to beat yourself up on that. You don't. You can now if it's an accident, sometimes it's levels to it. Sometimes when you're used to doing stuff, it's hard to break the habits again. I've picked up habits, broken them, picked them up again, broken them, pick it this, so it's normal to do that. But that doesn't mean that your journey is over. You could still continue to be a good person. You could still spread positivity as long as you're doing your work, healing, as long as you're still going down the same path and not, going and, doing stuff you're not supposed to do. You're still on the journey. You just had a little minor hiccup and you have to figure out now why is this the only way that I can deal with my stress. Why is it that I go back to this for that? Why can't I just handle it without it? I've had to do that in my journey several times because I went my whole life untreated. You know what I mean? I went my whole life just kind of just going for it. You know what I mean? And with no limits, no never no limitations, no on anything. Just kind of overindulging in every single aspect that I can. And that overindulging is what gets us in trouble. And we have to figure out what the trigger is it a person, is it maybe past trauma, is it environment, is it people around us, like what is it that triggers you to do X, Y, and Z. Okay. So and like I said, there's levels to this. Sometimes things are minor and it gets easier as you start going along. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're just, and I'm telling you, people will take offense to you healing yourself. They really do. People feel like, oh, you think you're better than them because you're just trying to make changes for yourself and for your life. Sometimes people just get offended. I mean, I don't really know how to explain it. They just, and that's what's what I've been dealing with most of the time. This whole time is the people constantly thinking that I think I'm better than them, and I don't. I'm just like everybody else. I'm nobody special. I'm just like you. I'm not anybody different. Thank you for seeing me, like better than you, but but I'm not. I'm literally the same person, okay? I'm on the same earth as you. But just be prepared for that. And maybe you have to keep it to yourself that you're healing, um because some people just can't handle it, because some people literally can't handle change. They literally can't. You're making changes in your life and people, I'm telling you, people get offended. Like, it's weird, but that's just part of it. Okay. Also, oh my god, I'm drinking some coffee here. Also, the whole healing part of it, okay? One recognizes another, okay? If you are healing, if you are going through a journey, you can tell by seeing, by looking at another person, whether or not they have taken the necessary steps that they need to heal, okay? Um, Sometimes people can say they're healed or healing, and they don't know the depths of it. If you sit down and have a conversation with somebody about their healing journey, you will know if they're bullshitting you or not. You will know if they so it goes along with that whole faking it to make it. Some people you have to tell, sometimes some people you can't tell about your journey, and some people you can. And sometimes you have to fake it to make it and act like you're not healing, but you really are, which is sad. Those are the kind of people that you can't really be around, or the people that will lie about healing and also, making drastic changes in their lives. You can tell. You can tell. There are certain things that healed people don't do. So, what, like I said, one recognizes another. So, like I said, sometimes you have to fake it to make it and say things so that you could just save face for the time being, until you could get to where you gotta get. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of under the spiritual part of it, you get go under a lot of spiritual attacks by other people, and sometimes those people are right in your face, and sometimes you gotta save face and say certain things um, just to keep them occupied so they're not fucking with you. Okay, I'm just gonna say it like it is. And that's one of the good things of being spiritually awoken awakened, is you can tell when people are lying in your face, right? So you're gonna lie to me, I'm gonna lie to you. You're gonna lie to me, you're gonna deny this and that. Okay, well then I'm gonna lie to you too. Okay, it goes both ways, baby doll. Okay. So yeah, that's one of the good things. And it's always very exciting meeting people that are going through a journey, because everybody's journey is different. Not every two journeys are the same, or in some cases two journeys are the same and they go together. But like, if I meet like another person that I'm not on a journey with, I their journey will be totally different from mine, completely different. They didn't have to be isolated. They didn't have to, they could still do what they're doing because everybody's here doing different assignments. Like we're all doing different things. Like we are all following different paths spiritually. So it's a very beautiful journey that I've been on. Okay. I see things completely different. Like, oh my gosh, like life is so beautiful. Everything is so beautiful. Like I can see, like I yesterday, oh my gosh, I saw a bird. I need to get a bird bath. Okay. I saw a bird over here like in the street, like bathing itself in the street, like on the little corner, like there's like a puddle of mud. It was actually mud, like dirty water, and these little birds, they were those ugly black ones, but they were like bathing themselves in in water, and it was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Like, oh my gosh, I was so like, and I never, you know how they say stop and smell the roses? I never really paid attention to nature before. And I just look at how beautiful life is, and it definitely outweighs the negative. When negative used to surround me all the time and take over me, you don't notice the small, beautiful things in life. You don't appreciate small things. Everything's about money, money, money. Everything's about, you know, getting the bag or whatever. Like you're just too focused on the stupid shit, that you don't have time to just admire nature, like the sky. Oh my gosh, the sky is always talking to me. Like it's just crazy. I probably sound crazy, but I'm just telling you, like it's pretty freaking beautiful, this journey I've been on. And I'm very thankful every time, and no matter what has happened, I have learned. And then that's another thing. No matter what happens in your journey, okay, for specific people, no matter what has happened, you can pretty much forgive anybody for anything. You pretty much can, not everything. Now, like this is like minor betrayals. Like I'm not talking about everything. Like you can, there are like levels to that. Okay, I'm back. So there's like levels to that too. I'm talking about minor things, like minor. I'm not talking about like murder or anything like on that level. I'm talking about like things like people do to each other, like backstab each other. Certain people, as long as you take accountability and don't lie to me and tell me what you did to me, I'm pretty much forgiving everybody. Dead ass. Like I am. I have. And it's not even hard because that's how much I've healed, that I can recognize when somebody has done something wrong. I can tell, as long as you're honest and I know you're not lying, which I'm a human lie detector test. I can forgive you. I can. And I have forgiven a lot of people. Like that's a whole nother thing on this journey, is forgiveness, forgiving people, who to forgive, who not to forgive. There's some people you can't forgive. There are. But if you are honest with me, that's all I ever asked for. That's all I want, is honesty. That's it. That's all I've ever wanted. And